Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. We've been looking at a lot of different offensive breakdowns here lately, but I wanted to get into some that we're definitely going to see moving forward. I know we've been doing a lot of the ones that were real situational, and it would be cool if we ran the read option, and it would be cool if Mariota came in there and started taking a few snaps, doing the Taysom Hill thing. But I wanted to get into some of the offenses that we're definitely going to see. We're definitely going to see them probably the majority of most of these games, unless we get into certain blowouts or things like that. So tonight we're going to check out the three tight end set. We know Gruden loves it. It's one of those sets that truly kind of pissed me off last season because every time we'd see our three tight ends trot onto the field, the other team knew it was a run. We knew it was a run. We'd very rarely pass out of it. A few times that we did pass out of it, it ended up working out pretty well for us. So I think it's going to be dramatically different this year. The reason that I say so is because of Ruggs out there. And I think you guys are going to see a big change in the way that defenses play against this offense now. And it's going to be mainly because of him, especially in this set. So this could be set up any kind of way, but I set it up with Foster and Waller over to the left, Witten on the right, and then Ruggs broke out to the outside. Diego, what's happening, man? And I really think that it's going to be a lot like what Kansas City does. They're going to try to get Ruggs out there on an island by himself. And then if the safety cheats or they try to stack the box, if Ruggs can get one step behind that safety, it's game over. Carr's going to air it out. We're going to hit him deep. It's going to be a touchdown. It's pretty much going to be guaranteed. And I'm loving every second of that. But it also gives us just a huge running platform out there to where if we go to the left or to the right, we're going to have blockers out there. It's going to spring Jacobs. And that's the other thing. Having Ruggs out on the field, that safety's not going to be able to cheat. He's not going to be able to stack the box on us because if he does, Ruggs is gone. And then if they play it to where, all right, well, we'll just man up and try to bump Ruggs right off the line. If they miss that bump and that safety comes down and crashes, dude, then you have somebody like Foster's just streaking right across on a little slant, and then he's behind everybody all of a sudden. So this three tight end set's really going to end up working out well for us. I'm super excited about it, but Ruggs is the key to it. And draft night, I know a lot of people were like, oh shit, dude, we took Ruggs, we went with the speed. I was kind of pissed about it, but after doing my stuff and coming back through, I was like, all right, man, this is the exact reason why we went out there and grabbed Ruggs. And it's for formations like this to allow us to just really keep that shit going and being able to make some big plays out of this. Chris, what's happening, dude? Diego, I just got his jersey. It's my first ever. I really think it's going to end up being a good one to own, man. I really think he's going to end up being a part of this team for a good minute. It seems like every jersey I buy, they're off the team within like the first year or two. So I'm just going to keep rocking my Carr jersey, and I'm going to keep rocking my Marcus Allen. So Supreme, what's happening, man? DJ, what's going on? David, what's happening? Joku, did you see the new primitive DBZ super gear? Dude, I have not yet. I will check that out. I do want to check that out. Post a link of it. Yeah, I'd like to see that in here. Likewise. Yeah, dude, I definitely want to check that out. If you could post a link either in the comments or just shoot it up in here, I'd love to check that shit out. And then just keep moving forward with this. One of the big things that I think we will see out of this same package, and this is going to be a big difference maker for us out there. Let me shrink him down to size real quick. I think we'll end up pulling Witten out of there. And we're going to see Ingold come into this offense. And I have not given him enough credit on this channel as far as for what he does for us out there. But I'm telling you, in a setup like this, because this is what we shined out of last season when things were working for us. But if you stack everybody to the left-hand side, you bring Ingold out there, and you have Jacobs, the line pushes to the left, it forces Ruggs to be out on island at that point, and then he's one-on-one with a corner. And you're going to see a lot of jump balls come out of this situation. And if we do run out of this, I'm telling you right now, if you run to the left with this team and this formation right here, you're gonna get the corner. You're either gonna get the corner or you're gonna get a big ass hole opened up by Richie and Miller out there. And then you have Morrow crash, Waller blocks out. I mean, that's a touchdown run right there. But out of this set, like I said, man, it's going to put Ruggs out there on the island. He's going to be by himself. It's going to make for that one-on-one matchup because the safety's going to have to cheat to the left. He's not going to have a choice if you have the formation set up like this. And so I'm really hoping we get to see a lot of jump balls come out of this. I don't even think they'll be jump balls. I think it'll just be Carr throws it as far as he can. Ruggs just tracks it down, and we get a touchdown off of it. I think it's going to be cool as shit, man. I'm super excited to see how this plays out. There's a ton of stuff you could do out of this, but the two tight end and the 3 tight end sets they're going to be crazy for us because there's just power mixed with speed, and there's talent everywhere right now. So these guys are going to be able to step up and make some huge ass plays for us. The other formation that we will see, you'd end up pulling Foster out of here, and you'd stick Renfro and then have Williams out there. We'll get into those sets coming up later, but I'm telling you right now, this 2 tight end and 3 tight end set, it's a major part of our offense. It's a major part of Gruden's system. And seeing it on paper, it's exciting as shit, man, because I'm telling you right now, Ruggs is the key. Took me a minute to figure it all out, exactly why we were bringing him in, but I'm telling you, when you look at it like this, that is the exact damn reason that we brought him in. I'm getting more convinced that Ruggs is better fit for our top 3 receivers taken in the drafts. DJ, I'm right there with you, dude. I truly am thinking that myself, and I was. Like, at first I was not pissed. I was happy we got one of the top 3, so I'm not going to sit here and say I was pissed, but he wasn't the one that I wanted. But now after seeing this, I'll tell you right now, Judy might have been able to do it. Lamb could not have done it, but Ruggs is the perfect person to do it, so I will take that shit all day long. Starting to listen to you, bro. Oh, man, Theo, what's happening, dude? I appreciate you checking in, man. I was pissed about Ruggs because speed receivers have killed us for decades. But Ruggs seemed to be more legit with the speed in the last 20 years. Yeah, I'll give you that, dude. And that was the other thing. We first took him, I didn't realize that he only dropped 1 pass for his entire senior year, junior and senior year. And then when I really started watching his tape and watched him take just those little screens, would sometimes be just a little 5-yard slant, and then one move and the dude's gone. We have not had that shit in a long, long time. I'm really happy about it. And if he can plan it out and just play at that next level, which I really think he can, because we're not going to be asking too much out of him. It's going to be a lot of one-on-ones for him out there, which I think he's going to take advantage of. And it's going to be a lot of just, can you get behind the defense? Because every time he gets behind the defense, I guarantee you Carr's going to take that shot. Carr knows his ass is in the hot seat right now. He knows he has to go out there and prove it. And Ruggs is one of those kind of guys to where this offense is built to be power, but at the same time, you can take your shots, and he has to take his shots if he's going to be sticking around with us. Ruggs can be Moss people. I wish he was a little bit bigger. Then he definitely could be Moss. But I'm telling you, he could end up being... I hate to compare him to Tyreek Hill just because I fucking hate that dude so much. But he's on that same level to where he's just one of those guys that can catch. He can make plays where there are no plays. And when he gets behind you, it's over. It's truly over. Just watch his dunk highlights and take it. I have watched his dunk highlights. That shit was insane, dude. I'll give you that. Raider Nation for life. Crazy, right? Guy can fly. He really can, man. And that's going to be what opens us up dramatically. And it's going to be what opens up Renfro and Waller. I know I keep saying that shit, but I don't think Ruggs' stat line is going to be as spectacular as everybody wants it to be. But it's going to be what happens around him. And no one's going to give him credit for that shit. But I'm telling you right now, that's the reason that it's going to be happening out there. I'm excited about Edwards too. I'm really excited about Edwards. I think when we get into a true goal line situation and we're running this 3 tight end set, if you put Witten back in there and then you put Edwards on that outside and we were on the goal line, I think you're going to honestly see that a pretty damn good bit. Because if you do run out of that, he's the kind of guy that can go out there and make that big block on a safety or corner, but he's also the kind of guy that can just fade that corner and has the size to go up there and get it. So, yeah, dude, I think that's where Edwards is going to be making his money. I'm happy as shit about him. I'm not even going to lie. Edwards plays a lot like DK and Mike Thomas. Yes, he really does, dude. Those are 2 great comparisons. I really hope if he can pan out and have the kind of season that DK had last year, I'd be happy as shit about that. Jacobs is going to have himself a year. Warwick, what's happening, man? Jacobs is going to end up going off this season. I'm telling you. He's going to be healthy. He's going to have that same damn workload. I'm telling you that right now. But what he has around him now is going to make him even better, and you are 100% right about that. Diehard Raiders fan, back to the 70s, Canada. Oh, man, got me beat. Go back to the early 80s. Up in Canada, cold as shit out there. You guys just outlawed Black Rifle Coffee as part of that new gun bill you passed. I laughed my ass off about that. I'm sorry. But you outlawed a coffee company for having the name Rifle in. I love 3 tight end sets, but our recent acquisitions allow us to really open it up and do a multitude of things in the passing game, as well as really opening up the run game, which is already solid. And I'll tell you, dude, and Chris, I completely agree with you. I'm truly hoping that Gruden opens it up. But this is that 3 tight end set, that's something that Gruden truly loves. And I really think, even if you rearrange it a little bit, you could run some sick-ass plays out of that, especially if you get Bowden in the backfield. You could honestly put Ruggs in the backfield on some of these 3 tight end sets, just to kind of screw with teams, and I think it would make a big difference for us. At last, it's not Moss with the Raiders. That is true. Really hope we get a season this year with or without fans. Andrew, what's happening, dude? Welcome to the show. I'm right there with you. I've honestly already bought tickets, or I was gifted tickets to one of these games, and I'll take it. With or without fans, I will take it. If it looks like, from what everybody's saying, it might be like extremely limited seating, but I think even with that, at that point, you just X the fans out completely and you just let the games be played. I'm hoping that we have football, and there's ways to get around it. I know in Georgia, where I'm at, I'm under a lot of the restrictions with the restaurant, but even those are starting to be loosened up a little bit right now. It looks like things are starting to get a little bit back on track, but I'm not going to jinx that shit, so I'm right there with you. I'm hoping, dude. And you guys were moving there for a second. Ruggs kind of plays like OBJ. I could see that. I could see what you're saying there, but at the same time, I hate OBJ, so I'm not going to compare those two because I'm super happy about Ruggs right now. Everyone forgets Ruggs has great hands. Rolly, what's happening, man? A lot of people do. And to be honest with you, I didn't know about his hands until I went out there and really started to study the dude. He could be something special, man. I know I overlooked him. I gave you guys a lot of shit for it because I kept talking about Lamb. And I kept researching Lamb. And I looked a little bit into Judy. I looked a little bit into Ruggs, but they were the Alabama receivers. They left a bad taste in my mouth, but I'm really hoping this kid can pull it together. And everything that I'm seeing about him is looking better and better. Having depth at all the skill positions means we can better exploit the weaknesses of the opposing defenses. Yes, that is true. And we will be doing that all season long. I think we're going to see more of game plans that we go out there and we start targeting people exactly like you're saying. But at the same time, teams will adjust for that at halftime. We have to adjust back. We truly, truly have to. I'm truly hoping we do. Jacobs can truly have an all-pro. Oh, God, dude. Jacobs can honestly go out there and take, the MVP of this season if shit pans out right. I mean, he's guaranteed over 1,000, but I think he's going to have a ton of touchdowns. I'm really excited about Jacobs. The talent he has around him is going to let him explode with this offense. And really, even just having Witten out there is going to be a huge factor for helping him out. So that's going to be huge for us, truly huge for us. I hope Gabe Jackson stays on the team. Seymour, what's happening? I really think that Gabe is pretty much secure on this team now. I think if we were going to see anything happen with Gabe, it was going to happen throughout the draft right there. Everybody's been paid right now. Our money's actually looking pretty good. We're starting to get the guys signed that we want to have signed. We're letting the guys go to free up the extra money to get those other dudes done. I think our roster's looking pretty damn set. I know there's going to be 1 or 2 more acquisitions out there, but you're going to see it from us getting rid of people. I'm really hoping we still bring in 1 or 2 more big names, especially somebody on that defensive line. So fingers crossed on that. But once you start to cut people, and other teams start to cut people, and money starts to get freed up, shit starts to happen. So I'm right there with you. I'm really hoping Colton comes back an absolute monster. I strongly believe the Raiders' success relies on the offensive line getting the job done week after week by enforcing the run and the play action. The play action is going to be huge for us. This offensive line needs to stay healthy. I know we ended up getting a decent amount of really good depth for this offensive line, so I was happy as shit to see that. We got a good backup guard. We got a good backup center. We got a good backup tackle right now. But if we start stacking injuries on that offensive line, we are going to be screwed. I mean, that would happen to any team out there. But our offensive line is looking damn solid for the next 2 years right now, and I'm happy as shit about that. Ruggs says he can play at full speed the whole game. I'd love to see that, man. It's easy to say that as a rookie, that you can play at full speed the whole game until you get out there and you get cracked by one of these big-ass safeties, and that slows you down for a second. Hey, does anybody know who the backup center is? Who was backing up Rodney Hudson? He was that kid that came in. God, man, his name's gonna drive me nuts. He was a rookie last season. He came in, but he ended up playing in that center spot for us for about a game and a half, almost 2 games. The kid played damn good. pissed that I forgot his name because I talked about him through a whole video one day about how damn good he did. So we do have decent depth out there, and that kid can play guard too, but he really excelled at center. I was really excited to see that, and really excited to see him moving into the future with us. Everything's coming up. Ruggs, all these modern era players. I want to see the second coming of Brown and Rice. That could be Edwards and Ruggs, dude. I'm telling you right now. Those two together, moving into the future, that could be something special, man. It truly, truly could. Andre James, thank you, dude. Thank you. Andre James is the backup center for this team. I appreciate that, Diego. Bit much, I agree. Really excited to see our defense. Been a while waiting on linebackers. Damn, Theo, it's been so damn long waiting on linebackers. Ooh, we got them. We fucking got them right now, and I'm so happy. We don't have depth at them, though, and that scares the shit out of me. That's another person I want to see. Even if it's Vontaze. Bring his ass back at this point. You'll definitely get him for that veteran minimum contract again. He'd be already know the system. He would not be a starter. Just be one of those guys in the rotation. I think that would end up being a big difference for us. I know a lot of the people in the nation don't want him back, but looking at what we have out there now, if I could have Vontaze or Phillips out there, I'm taking Vontaze 1,000 times, 1,000 fucking times. Chris, F. Canada, sorry. We live in Montana. We're old school. We like our Canadians like Californians. Oh, that's all right. That's a personal rivalry between you guys. I'm staying out of that one. What else do you think Ingold can do? Dude, I really like Ingold. Ingold and Josh Jacobs formed a bond through that first season. Ingold, you saw him. I mean, he can make those little catches. He ended up scoring a touchdown, a receiving touchdown for us last season. I think you're going to see him. And then first downs, dude. I think out of all the carries that he had, like 80% of them were just him going for 1 yard for a first down. I was happy as shit to see that out of him because that's really what you need your fullback to do for you out there. But the dude's a blocking machine, like a true blocking machine. And when you get him into one of these big sets like this, you figure Morrow or Waller's going to take that linebacker, and one of them's going to kind of clip the end out there. And then if you get Ingold against the safety, he's going to put him on his ass. I know he's not the biggest dude out there, but he comes through with such power and such just an impact right when he makes contact with somebody. They're off their mark completely, and it frees up Jacobs to make that one little quick move, and he's fucking gone. So I'll take that all day. How many seasons do you think until the Raiders lift the Lombardi? I mean, I'll probably catch some shit for it, but I really think we have a true shot at doing it this year. Like, I truly think this team, if it's coached right and the playbook's opened up and things work and we don't have that huge injury bug for us, I really think we can win the division. I really think we could win the AFC, and I think we'd have a serious shot at whoever we played in the NFC going into it. People are going to be shocked at how different our defense is and how damn good our offense plays. And I'm telling you, man, we're going to shock the hell out of a lot of people this season. The fact that the dude was drafted wearing a bathrobe cracks me up. DJ, that killed me too, and I will give you that about Ruggs. I did not know that was a charity thing for Old Spice when that first happened. I was pissed about that. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I was like, this motherfucker, we took the one dude that showed up in a bathrobe. It had something to do with Old Spice donating some money. I don't know if it was to the kids or to the hospitals out there. So once I read all that, I was like, okay, makes a lot more sense. I'll take that. He was actually going out there doing it for a good thing. That was, dude. I was pissed about that when I went to bed that night. Andy, what's happening, dude? Jacobs ran 1150 in his sleep. Yeah, in his sleep with a broke-ass shoulder. I'm telling you, he's going for a good, I'm going to say like 15 or 1600 next season. Sorry, Mike, just fooling. Can't judge anybody by where they're from. Dude, I've lived everywhere, so no, you can't. Playoffs bound, 242 Bahamas. Jacobs, 1,500 easy. Yeah, I'm putting him right around there, dude. If he stays healthy and this line holds up and Carr goes out there and actually starts throwing this ball around, because that play action is going to end up freeing it up. And if we start hitting off that play action, that's what's really going to have Jacobs just sprung for this entire season. He's got the accuracy, Carr does, and now he has the weapons to where if we work that play action, he hits somebody on a 5-yard little dart, it could end up being a 50-yard touchdown easily. And that's the kind of shit that wins games in the NFL right now. Everson Griffin would be ideal for us, will allow us to stack the D-line to exploit Kansas City's biggest weakness. I would take Griffin. I would take him in a heartbeat. I would not be surprised if that's one of the moves that you see us make moving forward. Take one of the tight ends out and put in Edwards in the same formation. I guess in that situation, you'd honestly probably end up pulling out Morrow. would end up being on the outside because Waller would end up sliding in. Boom. That's actually tall as shit right there. I could see us running that on the goal line in a heartbeat, and then keeping Ruggs on that outside just to kind of flare up and kind of get somebody over there. And then you could run Edwards on that fade and then just have Waller do a little hook right there and then just blast it down their fucking throat with Jacobs. That's actually cool as shit there. That's a good call right there. Who was that? Yeah, Barry, what's happening? That was a good move, dude. I do like that. That actually played out pretty well. Also, it's Super Bowl 31 this year. It's almost like it's meant to be that we are moving to Las Vegas. Dude, all right, that's fair. I'll give you that. If we could make it, that would be very suited. I like Vontaze. He's a 70s Raiders defense. I like Vontaze a lot. I truly, truly do. He knows the system. I don't want to see him as a starter. He would not be a starter in this defense right now, so that would be big. I thought the exact same thing about him in the robe. I was so pissed that we picked that guy. I think everybody was, dude, because nobody knew about that shit at first. It was just him sitting there in his robe all of a sudden. I was like, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me. But no, it all ended up making sense in the end. At least we didn't pick the guy hiding his phone from his old lady. Very true, DJ. Brian, what's going on, man? Ty Williams can be a major weapon this year if he's healthy. Ease up on the pressure with Waller and Ruggs. Yes, I will give you that. If Williams played great for the first few weeks last season, got his plantar fasciitis, it really took its toll on him. Ended up missing a lot of games, and the games he did play, you could tell that he was missing a step out there. But if you have Waller, Renfro, Ruggs, and Williams on the field, and your four receiver set, Williams is going to see one-on-one coverage, and he's going to exploit that. I will agree with you there. Juan, what's happening? Who do you think our kick returner or punt returner will end up being? I think Bowden's going to end up returning our punts. I think, honestly, from what I've seen on like the preliminary depth charts, they have Rashard back there doing our kicks for us. I really don't want to see Jalen back there returning kicks. I sure as hell don't want to see Ruggs back there returning kicks. I wouldn't mind seeing Bowden pull double duty on kicks and punts, maybe with Rashard back there. I could definitely see that as a possibility. But we have a few other return people out there. I'd really like to see Rico returning kicks. If Rico's going to hold a spot on this team, I'd like to see him do it. A lot of you guys have said Aguilar's going to do it. Rico and Aguilar back there returning, being our kick returners, I'd actually take that. But I want to see Bowden have one of those returning spots just because he is so explosive out there. What do you think about using Ruggs a lot in a lot of motion plays? I would love to see that. I think you are going to see that. I think you're going to see some motion jet sweeps come out of our offense because of Ruggs. If you have Ruggs and Bowden on the field and you put Ruggs in motion, they still have to account for Bowden no matter where he's lined up out there, especially if you slide him out of the backfield into the slot and then motion Ruggs over. So, yes, you will see a lot of that. I'm hoping we see a lot of it. It makes sense at least. Burfitz, it's done with the Raiders. Watts, I think you're pretty much right about that. I'll give you that. From what we have in the background or as the depth, I wouldn't mind seeing him come back. I appreciate you coming out to the show, man. I'm loving that series that you've been doing lately of how everybody's going to fit into his offense. So keep those videos up, Watts. I truly love that shit. I can imagine it's going to look a lot like Ruggs and Bowden on the field at the same time. I really think you will see a lot of that just because it'll be such a dynamic speed. Like if you have Ruggs, Bowden, and Jacobs all on the field at the same time, that's a crazy amount of speed. Like you can run so much different shit out of that, and defenses won't be able to trigger exactly who's getting the ball before the snap even happens, and that will be a fucking miracle for our team. DJ said, what's up to Watts? J-Dog, what's happening, man? Don't put our starters out there. Don't want to jinx anybody. Aguilar or Bowden? I'd take Bowden all day. Like, all day. I know a lot of you guys are high on Aguilar. I know he played great in that one Super Bowl. The dude's had his ups and downs. He's back in the West Coast offense. I really think, after looking at it and going through, I think he is going to make this team, but I don't think he's going to be in our starting rotation out there. But we did pay him, so he's going to be out there. That's why I said he might be doing our kick returns for us. But then again, we need big plays, and we need to use our best guys. We have to, dude. We have to get out there, and that's what I was doing tonight. I know you're jumping in late, J-Dog. I wanted to get into some of the sets we're truly going to be running out there. Tanner Muse, Littleton, and Nick. Dude, Watts, I will give you that. That's a very possible of having 3 3 down linebackers makes me happy as shit. Not even gonna lie. That put a smile on my face once. I appreciate that. I'm honestly probably going to wrap it up tonight, guys. I got to work again tomorrow morning. You guys know how it goes for me during the week. I'm on it Monday through Saturday. So thank you guys all for coming out. You know I truly love making these videos for you guys. We're going to keep jumping into these breakdowns. I love doing this shit. Until next time, guys, click that like button on your way out. I'm Son Joku. We will see you guys later.